Good morning, guys and gals. Welcome back to Toops Time. You are watching our daily grind vlog series. This is episode number 9, and in this episode, for starters, we're going to be milking Autumn like we do every morning just about. And after that, we are going to dive into trying to fix this stinky situation that arose the other day, so stay tuned. You might notice I'm actually wearing a small jacket this morning. It's a bit nippy out here. I'm going to enjoy it while it lasts because it's definitely not supposed to stay this way all day. So something we're really excited about today is we have some new toys coming in that are going to help us get you guys even better footage for, not necessarily for this vlog series because this is just usually using my phone, but for our nicer produced videos. And we're super excited about those coming in and learning how to use them, and we'll tell you more about those once we do figure everything out. But it's going to help this footage and all these upcoming videos look a whole lot better. You're going to love it. Wanted to give y'all a close-up real quick of Daddy's farm truck. This truck is a 2007 with many imperfections, and it's dirty. It stays here on the homestead mostly and runs to town to pick things up. Toolbox is something I've yet to work on. It was given to me by my father-in-law, and it does the job. It's ugly, but it does the job. Tailgate's all bent up from whenever I first got this thing, learning how to use a trailer. Learning how to back in the trailer. I'm good at it now, thank God. She's nothing pretty, but she's ours and she's paid for. She runs good. Has all sorts of electrical problems. Has squeaky doors. That can be fixed with some grease. Radio doesn't work. Fuse is constantly blowing. But we bought her used. When we got her, she had about 120,000 miles. We added another 80 since we got her. And she's paid off. So as long as this thing runs, as long as the engine keeps on a ticking, we'll keep it. And it's kind of how we run things around here. We buy them usually used. Rare that we ever get much of anything big that's new, and we run it all till it is destroyed. We fix it as much as possible, and sometimes machines just come to an inevitable end that makes it to where you don't want to put any more money into it. It's just not worth it. Something I would like to point out is that all those little issues I was mentioning, they can all be fixed. I can fix them all myself. It's not a problem. It's just time and money. And do I really need all those bells and whistles on this thing, you know? I mean, my back right window doesn't roll up. I know what the problem is. I know how to fix all these problems. I just don't want to put the money into it. It's just not worth it right now. If things slow down, I stop having so many other things that keep breaking around the property that I'm having to fix that actually matter, and I have nothing else better to do, that's whenever I start worrying about things like that. But that's the farm truck. It's ours, and we're gonna drive it till the wheels fall off like we do everything. Hey girls. I had to take my jacket off already. Heats up so quick. I can't remember exactly what all I said in yesterday's vlog about the septic system, but basically what happened is this is a septic system that has a pump in it. Electrical has to run to the pump from this building down to the septic tank, and the conduit right before it goes into the septic tank, one of the fittings on it cracked. So I guess over time water just seeped into that conduit, which in turn led into the electrical box. Long story short, all the wires were completely fried. There's not enough good wire for me to pull anymore into the tank. So what I'm going to have to do is run new wire from the building down to the tank, which means I'm going to have to take this siding off to access the conduit that's inside of the wall. So that's what I'm about to do. God never gives you more than you can handle. And even if that means you work your butt off and then eventually have to call for help. But we are not even close to that point yet. Had a couple little hiccups already, but we are working through it and we're going to figure this thing out. I'm gonna count this as a blessing. I only had to take off, well, I took off quite a few boards, but I thought I remembered where we ran this. These are the wires going down to the septic tank right here. So, found the conduit. Now is a question of how smoothly we can do this. What I'm thinking, I don't remember what all this conduit is and how many joints we had to put in it. What I'm thinking is I'll hook the ends of the conduit, the ends of the wire down in the tank, kind of hook them and tie a small string to it, maybe some like some contractor string, and pull all these through. That way when I get my new wires, I can tie them to the string and pull them back through. So that is my tentative plan. Let's see how well it works. Let's run you over there and I'll show you what Daddy's doing. I put a big hole in the barn. Uh-oh. You do not want to fall into that hole. Poo-poo tank. What's in this tank?
A poo-poo.
Ooh, nasty. Hey, come look at what I did to the barn. What did Daddy do to that barn? Look. Oh no.
Here's your popsicle. You want it?
So now that we figured this little bit out, we're gonna run to the store and get the parts we need. Gotta get some wire. Gotta get some fittings for this conduit. Gotta get a new electrical box. We'll figure this thing out. I just showed up to the Home Depot competitor. See if they have what I need. Tell you what, $220 does not buy you a whole lot anymore these days. All right, I'm back. Time to get started. All right, what I got here, I got some string and I tied it to the wires and then I wrapped some electrical tape around it. About to start pulling them through this conduit over here. All right, these are the wires coming from the breaker panel. Obviously the breaker switched off. I cut these wires. Now I'm going to start pulling from the septic tank. And there's our string. If we can do this in reverse exactly like that, we'll be in business. All right, got all my new line cut and straightened out for the most part. You want to do all this straightening out before you ever start running it through that line. And then I have the ends tied up to the string that's already all the way through the conduit. Got it taped on, about to start pulling it. All right, since I'm working myself, this will be a lot of back and forth. So just know that I'm basically pulling some this way, then I'm going over there to relieve tension, pushing a little bit, coming back, pulling, pushing, pulling. I'm trying to just make sure that I don't pop this string because I don't trust the strength of it. Just called my wife. Little man sleeping, so she's gonna run out here and feed this wire while I pull, or vice versa, whatever job she'd rather do. I'm guessing she wants to feed it since pulling it means hanging out by the stinky tank. So here comes my helper. Say hey, mama.
Hey.
All right, you see how much extra I gave myself this time?
Yeah,
So,
stuff that happens again.
Yep. Now we just gotta resplice all these into an electrical box. Put all this siding back so rats and birds and bugs can't get in my building. And then I'll start working over by the septic tank. All right, what I'm doing now, I push some of this wire back into the line so that I can cut this piece of conduit that's broken. Got me a piece of pipe here with a coupler on the end. Go ahead and repair this thing real quick. All right, I got the new piece of pipe shoved through and I got the coupler end ready to be glued onto this 3/4 inch pipe. Right now I'm prepping my box. Plug this hole and I need the other 3 holes. You're gonna have one of your float switches coming through this hole, one through this one, and then the wire for your pump coming through this one. And then this is gonna be the hole that this male adapter screws into that goes onto the pipe that we just repaired. All right, here's our box all assembled how I want it. Again, this hole is plugged, I don't need it. This is where the main lines are coming in. On the bottom, that's where I'm going to run my pump wire and then my 2 float switches. And then there'll be a waterproof lid that goes on the top of this too. All right, got our electrical box installed and our wires ran up through them. All right, I think I'm confident now to go ahead and put the electrical box into this wall and splice all these wires up so that I can get this wall closed back. Alright, so that part's done. I've ran all new wiring and reconnected it back to the building circuit. And what's next is I'm going to just grab a tube of silicone and fill up that conduit opening inside of the barn. And I do that for two reasons. One, to keep water from going into that conduit from the barn and leaking down over time. And two, this thing is connected to your septic tank. So I'm going to seal it there to help with sewer gas smells. And also I'm going to seal it at the tank as well. And then you have the box itself that's sealed. So between all three of those precautions, should keep any sewer gases from getting back up into your walls. After I silicone the end of this conduit, like I just said, I'm gonna go ahead and put the boards back on the wall, because all there was to do right here that I can think of is reconnect all of those wires together and rerun new ones. So being that part's done, I'm gonna go ahead and close this wall up to keep critters out. All right, got all the siding back up on the wall. I'm over here about to start running these pump lines through my electrical box. Get this thing hooked up so I can test it out. All right, got everything ran. Got all of the wires from the pump into the box. Now I'm just looking at these, tracing some wires back inside, trying to make sure I know which wire is going where. I got the pump manual. I'm probably gonna have to read to make sure I'm hooking all these switches in line properly. Got a good idea of what I'm supposed to do with them, but probably better read that manual just to make sure. That's where I'm at so far. Well, my pump is on. It's running. Now I gotta hang out here because there's still a little bit of confusion, because I've got two float switches in there and the manual only shows one hooked up. So I want to stay out here and make sure that that pump actually shuts off. Well, I do believe the pump is working, but it was clogged up. So I was pulling it out, and apparently I've only pulled it out on only one other time, and I forgot that I was supposed to be using that rope to pull it out. This big piece of pipe is hooked up to it, and I was pulling it up by the pipe, and a fitting broke. So I guess I'll be finishing this job tomorrow, because now I gotta go get another fitting. Good thing is the local hardware at the store should have this one, so I won't have to drive so far. Came into town to get the part for that piece of pipe that leads to the pump on the septic tank. And of course, they didn't have it. The place that will have it here in town is closed right now, so I'll be back out here in the morning to get that part. But little man and mama said, hey, let's go to the park again. Hey, buddy.
What you got?
Go do it. Hey.
Whee!
Hey, bud. Yeah, let's not do that. Not without Daddy.
Got one.
Woo!
I'm running.
Hey, Asher,
Now you don't have any traction. You want to put your shoes back on?
here comes Daddy. Whee!
Hey, Daddy, don't. Come in.
You gonna climb?
Yeah.
Go, go. Oh boy, you keep slipping.
Whoa, I'm down the flag.
Go. Whoa!
Daddy. Mama.
Go. You gonna go up to Mama? Oh, Mama gonna come. Uh-oh. We better get off of here. Go, 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 go. Here she come. Mommy, Callum. Woo! Ah! Anybody need any tips on how to make yourself go into labor soon?
I don't need to go into labor.
Mama's trying it out, huh? Look at Mama. Mama's having fun. Woo! Mama's my little monkey. You're gonna let Mommy win. Oh no! Hurry up! Hurry up! Faster! Faster! Where are you going? See ya! That's enough of that. Well guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. We ended the day off with a little bit of a park visit, a little recreational fun. Today's job really stunk, didn't it?
Yeah.
Today's job really stunk. It was stinky all day, and we had to go get a couple more parts to finish that job. And being we couldn't get the parts, figured, hey, let's stop at the park, have some fun.
Oh, baby.
And then we actually are not even gonna put Maple up tonight. We're gonna take tomorrow morning off from milking and set our alarms early so that I can wake up and start playing with our new video and toys that I'm not telling you about yet. Yeah, you're excited, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're excited about it. Anyways, you guys have a good evening. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to comment, subscribe, like that video, share the video.
All the things.
And stay tuned for more. God bless y'all.